Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of Cryptocurrencies for Dummies. Now, before I proceed, I do want to apologize to my viewers. I have been gone for a while. I had family in town, and so I was busy entertaining them. However, I am back, so let's get straight into it. Now, Bitcoin is currently at $3,736.19. Ethereum is at $460.57. Okay. And Litecoin, last time I checked, I don't remember where Litecoin was at. But let's talk about the China ICO ban. I know that was a big topic. And I got a lot of questions sent to me via emails. Let's look at what Contelegraph has to say. Comment. Hold on one second here. The Chinese regulators have banned the execution of ICO within its borders. While this has altered the activities of a number of blockchain companies, others have continued with their original plans, insisting that such a development is only but a temporary setback that will lead to more sanitized industry. Just a slight hiccup. Anthony Dirio, CEO and founder of Ajax, describes the trending ban of China's as nothing more than a slight hiccup for the rapidly growing global decentralized technology ecosystem. Dirio notes that any attempts to squash the flow of value between individuals to attempt to restrict the freedom of individuals in the ever increasingly connected world will be unsuccessful in the long term. He says, information wants to run free. Be free. And value is information. Ones and zeros, countries and government whose goals are to restrict the flow of value to keep it within their borders will be missing out on the crucial opportunities. They will miss out on the opportunities to develop new emerging sectors and to discover new ways to create true value in the world. Okay. He concludes by noting that over time, countries and governments that restrict themselves based on their fears will do these, based on their fears, will do these within their borders at a great disservice. Okay, now here's a great graph. How industry responded to China's ICO ban. You need to know and why it's important. Okay, so here is the ICO ban. Then it says bright future up on top. And for those of you who can't see, it's got a bunch of ambiguous looking people. And it says bright future. The future is very bright when it comes to payments and financial services overall. Blockchain, complexity, secure, immutable, scalable infrastructure. Okay, then it goes down and it shows like a dragon and it shows a Bitcoin symbol. Negative effects on the market. Bitcoin price quickly bounced. Other regulators might follow. China will demand licensing from those running Bitcoin exchanges. Okay, I'm going to comment on this in a few moments. New opportunities. One country's ban will be another country's opportunity. It's a much needed cooling down of a bubble that was getting overheated and needed to return to real fundamental value. No government can actually put a bar on the development of blockchain-based applications. Let me say that again. This is important, especially to you nobs. You nobs, you know, that's people who are newbies, who are not familiar with the term. Let me read this again. No government can actually put a bar on the development of blockchain-based applications. I wish they would have used the word technology instead, but oh well. Alternative perspectives. It's a positive sign for the monetary trend to adopt cryptocurrency as a replacement for fiat. The government is acting as an advisory body to its citizens. That's one way to spin it, I guess. Okay, so before I proceed, let me just say this. For all you nobs, like, because, I consider myself a nob because I've been doing cryptocurrency less than 6 months. If you are panicking right now, you are an idiot, right? And if you're panicking and you're selling your cryptos, you are an idiot. Right now is the perfect time to stock up. Bitcoin is, at 3,700. Litecoin was at $39 earlier this morning. This is the perfect time to buy some Litecoin, Bitcoin, and some Ethereum. That's what I'm doing. Perfect time to buy. For the guys that are small like us or that are beginners who are not whales, my mentor, Ian Bellina, for us smaller guys, this is the perfect time to buy now. Get you some Litecoin, get you some Ethereum, get you some Bitcoin, very, very important. Okay, let me continue. Looking into the future, one of the longest running digital currency service providers in Europe, CryptoPay, is continuing with its plans slated for later this year. CryptoPay has been in operation since 2013, providing a seamless exchange between crypto and conventional assets to the crypto community. George Bezladi, CEO of CryptoPay, tells Cointelegraph his company is looking beyond the present circumstances surrounding the crypto's ecosystem or ecosystem. He notes that the current ban from China is a temporary setback that should not distract the industry from their long-term focus. Bezladi says the future is very bright when it comes to payments and financial services overall. For decades, we have been working with legacy, antiquated systems, and have come to a point now where it's not efficient to continue. Blockchain has come along to unravel the complexity built up over the years and provide a truly secure, immutable, and scalable infrastructure which has never been achieved. Agreed. A negative effect on the markets. Holy crap, he's got a Russian name. Valentine Prebohashakhasakia, CEO at LA Token, explains that his company has responded to the development by putting all of its activities related to China on hold. We're about to participate in blockchain conferences and meetups there, but canceled our roadshow in mainland China. We also don't accept contributions from Chinese citizens and residents at the moment. However, the Chinese ban doesn't affect our activities in other countries, and we will proceed with our token sale as scheduled. Now, let me say this real quick. This is not the first time that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin have faced a ban or a roadblock of some sort. This has happened before. And this will, eventually the market will recalibrate and reset itself. Pribrohinsky acknowledges the negative sentiment created by the development in China is evident in the market behavior. Bitcoin price quickly bounced while Ethereum, the most popular currencies for ICO, is still in a holding pattern as markets worry that other operations with cryptocurrency may be banned by Chinese regulators as well. Perfect. You know why? Because if it goes down, that means more Ethereum for me. Now more Ethereum for me. Another anxiety trigger comes with fears that other regulators might follow Chinese ruling and ban token sales instead of regulating. Okay, now tokens, that's for you ICO people. Tokens are part of the ICO's initial coin offerings, and I will have definitely a video on that as well. I'm a couple videos behind, but you know, like my buddy, my mentor Ian Bellina said, and as most of you know, Ian is my mentor and who personally makes sure that I know what I'm doing. Um, this is part of the game, you know. This is part of the game. I talked to Ian, and he's buying more ICOs. He's buying more Ethereum. So I'm buying more Ethereum as well. Expressing his opinion towards the development, Tom Vase, blockchain consultant and researcher, tells Contelegraph that it's looking more likely that while China has banned ICOs, they're going to demand licensing from those running Bitcoin exchange. Vase explains that the development is not expected to have great effect on Bitcoin in the long run, but that the ICO ban would put heavy pressure on Ethereum. I think more countries would follow in China's footstep when it comes to banning ICOs because they're unregulated form of funding, and most countries have laws to prevent this. Unfortunately for Ethereum, it has no other use than that it can be a platform for those ICOs. Okay, and now the reason for that, for you beginners, why they're worried about Ethereum, or ICOs is that there's been a lot of ICO scams. Okay, you know, where people are putting money into ICOs, as well as tokens, and just to come to find out that it's a scam. And so this is important, just like Ian talks about, that you do the research on the coin to see who's behind it and what's it about. Don't just foolishly put your money into ICOs. That is a fool's errand. Make sure you do the research. And since I've said this, I'm not a financial guru or expert. I'm not, I'm just a guy who has bought some cryptocurrencies, and I'm sharing my journey as a nobe from being a small ant to the trying to get to the whale size level. Okay, so right now this channel is for the smaller guys. Um, you know, as we build up to being advanced. So I don't want people to cry and say, "Oh, your channel is too basic." It's called Cryptocurrencies for Dummies. Duh. This is the rise. I mean, you can't be, not to get off topic, but if you are a Super Saiyan, you don't start at Super Saiyan level 4. If you're into Dragon Ball Z, Goku had to start just being a regular guy, then working himself to Super Saiyan 1, then 2, then 3, before you get to 4. You don't start at 4. We start at 1, and we working ourselves up to 4, okay? Let me go back on topic here. Two sides of a coin. The level of confidence exhibited by some of these organizations may be connected with how Bitcoin and the general crypto market have reacted previously in the wake of assumed setbacks. That's where the volatility comes in, guys. Simon Dixon, CEO of banktothefuture.com. Okay, I like that name. Banktothefuture.com says one country's ban will be another country's opportunity. We saw this firsthand when Japan took the Bitcoin market from China after PBOC last intervention. We saw that PBOC came back with a supportive approach after watching Bitcoin impact in Japan, and I expect the same with ICOs. Yeah, I mean, ICOs are thriving. I mean, the hell is China thinking, right? And but I understand the reservations, and I'll make another video on that. But let me continue with the article. However, Dixon notes that this ban is rather a much needed cooling down of a bubble that was getting overheated and needed to return to real fundamental value. He also believes that the Chinese government will eventually review the policy once they have time to digest how to handle ICOs in the future. This is similar to the sentiment appealed by blockchain consultant Kahish Ghosh, who believes that no government can actually put a bar on the development of blockchain-based applications. Ghosh expects these bans to be eventually lifted and replaced with regulatory measures to control the scams, which are also quite popular. And so people always ask me about ICOs. Um, You know, I'm gonna be honest. I've been a little apprehensive of some, and I always refer people if they ask me, you know, some deep ICO questions. I always send them to Ian. To what's up, Ian? He's probably gonna be watching this later on, man. Alternative perspectives. Excuse me, guys. Just having a sip of this water. The fact that governments and regulatory bodies are becoming concerned about happenings around the crypto ecosystem can be analyzed from two different perspectives. One perspective is that the government is acting as an advisory body to its citizens. This is bullshit. Attempting to protect them. This okay? Let me just say this is excuse my language, but this is bullshit. Okay, the governments. Let me be honest here for a second. The governments don't want you to put your money in cryptos. They want you to put your money in banks. That way, they can regulate it. They can't regulate this. And that's why they're putting the ban down because they're not in control. You and I, us, the people are in control. And they hate that. They loathe it. So this whole thing about, oh, the government is just trying to do the best for the people, that's some propaganda type BS. And I don't buy it. And neither should you. Power to the people. Damn it. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to go on that tangent because it, it sounds like an agent wrote this article, man. I'm serious. The latter is a good sign for crypto advocates when considering the subject of adoption. Mark Morris, founder of Token.farm, believes that the Chinese government crackdown on cryptocurrency is a positive sign to adopt cryptocurrency as a replacement for fiat. He claims that the movement is alive, strong, and a threat to the old guard. No crap, Sherlock. Morris notes that this can be compared to specific countries where citizens are incentivized to move wealth to other sovereign entities to protect it, saying that nothing else is new this time except for vehicle, which is now cryptocurrency via blockchain protocols. Okay, guys, so basically what they're saying is they're scared. Okay, this is just all control. That's what it is. Okay, now Sergey's saying China banned ICOs to protect its investors from scam. That is right. I think it would be good to make a good regulation based to this market. And in my opinion, it will be right to let the opportunity to start ICO only to companies with the background. Like, for example, DOF announced 50 million ICO being the established trucking company. Okay, I understand that. I understand you want to prevent fraud, and I'm all for that, or scam. I'm all for that. I'm not going to disagree with that. But, you know, one thing I don't, that I find odd is the fact that you know they're trying to make it sound like yeah we're just trying to give our citizens advice, you know, but if you want to put um, regulatory services into ICOs, I certainly understand that, you know, and I'm not going to disagree with that. Okay, guys. Joseph says, I wonder why China has such power in the dip of the currency. Well, because China is a world power in general. You know, you got to understand that there's a lot of entities in China that have started ICOs, and also China has a lot of investors in cryptocurrency. So China is definitely a power player. And when you have something or somebody like China making a law to prevent their fellow citizens from participating in ICO, which is the current hustle, um, that's going to affect the whole cryptocurrency world, especially Ethereum. So this is why right now I'm telling all of you who are listening to invest more in Bitcoin and as well as Litecoin. Litecoin went up to 49.30. It was at 39 earlier today. And I would even, you know, go into Ethereum. You know, Ethereum was at 330 a week ago. Now it's at 254.95. Bitcoin was at 5,000 a week ago. And now it's at 37.03. Guys, nobs, those of you who are listening, to buy, don't sell. I am buying. I'm not selling. That's what I'm doing. I'm buying, I'm not selling. Anybody who's selling, you obviously are new at this, or you don't have much faith. And if you are familiar with cryptocurrencies, this isn't the first time that this has happened. So I'm definitely buying. With that being said, Cryptocurrency for Dummies, it's your host, Solomon, and I'm out. Have a great weekend. Peace.